What's up, everybody? Attack on Anime back here again with another one.
What's up?
Jordan.
Cameron.
And today we're reviewing Fairy Tail Chapter 474. Now, this chapter was very conflicting. Had me with a lot of mixed emotions. I don't know where to go. I have a couple of predictions with the time manipulation. Why is Natsu still unconscious at this point? Where, for the love of God, is Gildarts?
Oh my god. Like, I during the Tartaros arc, you literally have dragons soaring across your entire continent, and you're still nowhere to be found. Now you have a war from 3 different fronts: Zeref's, Fairy Tail's, Agnologia, and you're still nowhere to be found. There's no excuse. There's no excuse at this point.
Like, they need you more than ever at this point. The strongest Fairy Tail mage, like, bro, they're fighting to the death. Laxus might die at some point. I'm not even sure if he's gonna make it.
I am really scared. Even though he seems healed, I'm still pretty scared for Laxus, especially since Agnologia is.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, he's coming for Dragon Slayer's heads.
That man's taking no prisoners at this point. So I'm kind of scared for Laxus because I feel like he's gonna go for Laxus first, or he may hit the guild and go to where Natsu is, and Natsu is still unconscious. So.
Yeah, because even when we start this and Mavis and Makarov are pretty much like strategizing on what they're going to do, they're saying, okay, we're literally open from the east, and Agnologia is coming from the east, along with, behind him, 2 other Spriggans. So, and then Zeref is still just standing still. So, Mavis is just like, I can only literally think of one thing, and we both kind of figured that one thing is Luminous Store Fairy Heart. We don't exactly know how it's gonna be used, but I feel like that's their only option. Like, what else do you have?
I feel like she's gonna sacrifice herself at this point to stop Zeref. And I feel like Natsu is going to go after Nolia at some point. He's gonna try to avenge Ignil's death, obviously. He has personal beef with Zeref, and he has personal beef with Nolia. But I feel like Mavis at this point is the only one that can really stop him. Because him and Zeref still have this kind of chained, linked togetherness, where if he kills Zeref, then he dies as well, according to Zeref. So I feel like maybe Fairy Heart can kind of break that chain, or maybe Mavis will die in place of Natsu.
Possibly, because that would kind of pay off everything that's happening in like Fairy Tail Zero. Because in Fairy Tail Zero, you start to see how their friendship started. So I feel like it would only be right for them to end it with each other, and they kind of like both die at the same time since they're both stuck with the same curse. So it just kind of be like that kind of like poetic type of ending to it.
And it'll kind of give Mavis a sort of redemption, if you will. She still feels guilty for killing her fellow guild members, so I guess that by her sacrificing her life in order to protect the future generations, maybe that will give her a sort of redemption, and she can kind of finally pass on and not feel ashamed. She actually had a reason to die at this point.
Yeah, but also in this chapter, finally Jellal has showed up with his guild. Him and Melody, they save Fairy Tail from getting worked, and Kagura's still angry at
she's
Jellal.
pissed.
Like, as soon as she sees him, even Erza was just like, you should have hit your face, like you just messed it up. And you just see like she goes like really like pale and just like looks like she's just conflicted with so many emotions. And it's just like, I'm not saying let it go,
but at this point you're in the middle of a war fighting for your life. Like,
exactly, this is no place to have your personal beef like flesh out. Like literally every guild is working together, putting any type of beef aside to try to fight the Spriggan 12. So it's just like, come on, put your beef aside. Like, this is not the time to be playing around. And along with Jellal and Melody, Jordan called it. Oh my God, you called it so right. I'll let you say it because you called it.
Ultear came and counteracted Damaria's time manipulation magic. They both do the same thing, and I knew at some point she was gonna come back, because that's the only explanation to how they can beat someone with that type of magic. You kind of have to know how to do it, kind of fighting fire with fire. So when she came back, I wasn't even surprised, because I saw it. It was so obvious. Like, I knew she was gonna come back.
Yeah, it's like, this is where I get conflicted, because when Ultear shows up, she keeps saying like my world and this world, and even Demario, when she's using her power, she's like, you're in my world. So I'm thinking like, when she uses that magic, are you like out of time and space? Like, are you in a different like realm? But that kind of gets broken because Ultear breaks it and everyone still sees her. Like Wendy and Charla and Shelia, they all still see her. So I'm just like, okay, so are you actually there in your young form? But the last time we saw Ultear, she was still
old.
Yeah, she was an old lady. So I'm just like, okay, so you're actually there because everyone else still sees you and time isn't frozen anymore. But this is where time manipulation gets on my nerves because it's just like it gives you that uncertainty, and it's just like it allows them to do things like this. It allows them to like, okay, this can happen because time manipulation. So I'm just like, okay, are you trying to just like write yourself out of a hole because you can't beat someone that? Because she literally said Demaria said my magic is unbeatable. So I'm just like, okay. Then why are you working under Zeref if your magic is so unbeatable? So obviously there's a way to beat it, but it's just like Ultear is just like out of nowhere. I'm just like, okay, I guess I can accept it with a good enough explanation.
My prediction for that is at some point Jellal found her and healed her and kind of brought her back into, I don't know, he must have did something along the line to heal her and make her unaged, I guess. So, I mean, she can control time. I mean, it's not uncommon that she could revert back to her former self.
I guess, yeah. It just kind of made it seem like in the Tartaros arc, like it made it seem like that old thing was like a permanent thing, and everybody kind of thought she was dead. So I guess at some point she just revealed herself and was just like, I'm not dead, but hey, let's work on fixing me. So that's what I'm saying. I just hope next chapter at the start, you get like a few pages of like a flashback or something explaining like, okay, how did you get here? I don't want to just see you pop up and then fight and win and then we move on. I need explanation on that. That's too big of a plot hole that you can't just skip over that.
Oh, without question.
But yeah, guys, that's gonna conclude our review on this. It's a pretty controversial chapter. Like, the past few chapters have been pretty controversial. Like, even a lot of people are still kind of mad about that whole Loxus thing. But
I'm fine with it. I like Loxus.
I'm fine with it because it's just like I kind of expected that. But this whole Ultear thing, like, I need more explanation on that. Like, that Loxus thing, you can wrap that up in a few sentences. But this is just like, no. You were old. You said you couldn't use your magic anymore. No, I need hard evidence on why you're back and you can do these things. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's theory craft together. Let's have a whole bunch of fun with this because this war seems to be like going on and on. So it's just like it leaves all these different theories open. And like he said, Guildarts.
Where is Guildarts?
Where are you at?
We need to make shirts. A team find Guildarts.
I told you he shanks in One Piece. Like that must be where that's the only explanation I can come up with.
It has to be, or he might have just crossed over and to help Naruto fight Madara at this point, because
he could be anywhere at this point. He's Guildarts.
He might, yeah. Who knows where he's at, man? He might be one of the other Spriggans, man. For all we know.
Dude, that'd be
a huge twist, though, wouldn't it?
Oh my god, that'd be cool.
That low-key would. If Guildarts was evil and then he had to fight Natsu for his last fight.
Oh my god, I just pictured that.
Crazy.
Wow. But yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, guys, peace.